guys? My name is John Armour, and I'm here representing She Got Game. I'm honored to have the opportunity to sit down with USC commit and one of the country's most respected and feared seniors, the 5'11" scoring machine, otherwise known as R4 in the basketball world. Make some noise for Ryan Foster. How's everything going, Ryan? How's everything?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready to go to college. How are you?
I bet, I bet. I'm doing well. I'm super appreciative for you taking the time to come sit with us for a little bit. And yeah, I guess it makes sense. What do you got? A couple weeks left in high school, and then you're off to USC, huh?
We started really late though, so like all my friends are already out. They already graduated. And
Uh,
my last day of school is June 6th, and I graduate June 10th. Next day, I'm on a plane to USC. So
okay.
moving, moving fast.
I was about to say, you excited? You excited to get out there, and it's a different scenery and stuff. You excited?
I'm very excited. I'm ready to go.
Atta girl, atta girl. All right, we got a lot to get to here. We're just gonna pull it back layer by layer. Here, she got game. We have a segment here. It's called "What's Your She Got Game Moment," right? And this moment, it kind of just describes that moment of your career where you kind of stop feeling fearful. A lot of people come into the game and like even if they're good, they're still like second guessing themselves or whatever the
Mhm.
case is. What was your She Got Game moment when you feel like you arrived or you finally entered or you felt comfortable with yourself.
Mhm. Well, with the no fear part, I feel like that's just how I was raised. Like that's how I grew up. I have an older brother, so he's like 3 years older than me. He started basketball, so well, my mom put us in it. So he started it, and I was like, okay, I want to do it because I want to be better than him. And so we would play and stuff. So that's how I kind of got my no fear because I grew up around older boys and like playing against them. But I don't know. I think I realized I like my Shiga game moment, maybe like junior year, I want to say, because even though I was getting some recognition, I was getting offers, like I really didn't think I was still that good. And I think junior year when like I just started hooping, I was like, hey, like I can really take this seriously. Like this can be like I can make a career out of this.
Super dope, super dope. Was there once you hit your junior year, your prime, during that moment, was it a game? Was it a specific moment, or is it was kind of
Um,
just like a switch, like junior year, you kind of realized, oh, I'm here, I could do this.
well, my sophomore year, we graduated 4 out of the 5 starters. So I was like the only one left. We graduated like a bunch of players. So I came into my junior year knowing it was kind of only going to be me.
Gotcha.
And like season opener, I had a 36-point triple double. And I was like, okay, maybe I can do this. Like, maybe I actually can do this. So I would say the season opener definitely helped.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that's a great confidence builder, right? Going into a situation, that's great. I do want to actually talk about a little. I think I don't know if it's a slept on basketball sport, but you're from down south, right? You're from down south, and I'm not sure if it gets the proper recognition or love. You guys get a lot of talent to come out here. It's a really big state. With that being said, for the people at home, where exactly were you born and raised?
Okay, so I was born in Helotes. I'm from Helotes, which is literally like I have 3 moms. 2 of them live in separate houses. To go over to my other mom's house, I'm going from Helotes to San Antonio. So it's literally like 5 minutes, like 5, 10 minutes apart. But yeah, I'm from Helotes. That's what I claim. But San Antonio, for real.
San Antonio. Okay. All right. So they're the neighbors. You share.
Yeah, they're literally right next to each other. Like it's not a road trip. It's literally 5 minutes. Like the school like at Brandeis it's in San Antonio. Like and I'm zoned for Brandeis, so it's literally right there.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. That's settled because there were things online. I actually found it really funny. So people were, especially you go into Cali, people from Texas they're like, no, she's from here. She's from here. She's from. I was like, it was kind of funny to see them, trying to claim you there. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. We kind of talked about it briefly a little bit, but next season you'll be joining the likes of TiVo, Juju, and Kiki in California, right? How
Mhm.
excited are you to play alongside this much talent, and how do you believe your game amongst these other stars will kind of complement those, and how do you think they'll elevate yours?
I mean, just to be able to learn from them and be like in their presence and play alongside them, I already know that's gonna elevate my game. So I'm super excited about that. When Juju committed, I was like, let's go. Because when Juju committed, I was already like, even before I was like, I think I want to go here. Like, I
Mhm.
think I want to go here. But it was like, and then when Juju committed, I was like, let's go. Then when I saw we were bringing in Talia and Kiki, I was like, let's go. Like, we got a team here. We had a team before them, but we got a team here.
Yeah,
And so I'm just really excited to play with them. As far as how my game would help would help the team. Honestly, I'm willing to play whatever role like I can. I just want to win. Like
yeah,
period. Like I'm just gonna be there to win and however I can contribute, whether that be offense, defense, assist, rebound, scoring, whatever. That's what I'm willing to do because I know we have a national championship contending team and that's the goal. That's what I want to win when I get there.
absolutely, absolutely. I'm putting it out there. I'm based out here in Jersey, and I don't know if USC is they're in the process of merging with the Big Ten. The football team's
Mhm.
pretty merging. I'm just saying, man, you guys gonna have a hell of a game. You guys come out here to Jersey a little bit for Rutgers and stuff. It'd be exciting. We run into each other.
Yes.
No, it'd be really good. I'm really excited for you. There's a ton of talent out there, like you said. And I think each person does each role really well. And now that you guys kind of could put it together, yeah, it's kind of, you're not, there's USC out there, you got UConn still, you got a lot of the big powers, but you guys definitely entered that conversation for sure. I want to go back a little bit. Around what age did you begin getting involved in sports?
Um, since I even have a memory, I was playing any type of sport. My mom played D1 basketball. My other mom played volleyball at the collegiate level. So we were kind of just always like a sports family.
Mhm.
In middle school, I played six sports. So I didn't start like really taking basketball like as my main sport until like freshman year.
Mhm.
So yeah, I've been playing a type of sport since basically since I was out the womb. I've always been like a sports family. So yeah.
I was gonna say earlier on, you mentioned a little as far as inspiration, you kind of just wanted to be simply better than your brother, but also now knowing that it just kind of runs through the pipeline because your mother was a D1 collegiate star as well. How much of her game have you attempted to implement in yours, or how much of your brothers have you tried to implement and put in yours as well?
Mhm. Well, obviously my brother's bigger than me, so physicality,
Yeah,
because he's trying to back me up in the paint, and I was like, I'm not letting this happen. Like, I'm too competitive for this. It's not happening.
agreed.
My mom, I've think obviously like I worked out with her, like she's like taught me things, but I haven't really seen her play, but everyone in my family, everyone who's watched her play says we play like almost identically. So
Really?
that's kind of cool because like obviously she didn't even know me. If I
Yeah.
have an idea of me when she played, and I never really watched any film on her. Like I've never seen her play. So the
Okay.
fact that everyone says like we kind of mirror each other, I think is really cool.
That is kind of cool, honestly. I mean, now that people say, do you ever throw on some highlights and stuff now? You ever check her out, or like you're like, nah, you just,
I don't even know where to. Like, I think I need to ask my grandpa to pull out the film, but
oh
I
man,
do want to check some things out. But like the cool thing is, she grew up in San Antonio, so she
okay.
went to Lee High School, and we played them. So like we played in the same gym. Like I
Okay,
think
yeah,
that's crazy. Like that's a crazy parallel.
that is
And
cool.
just seeing like some pictures of her playing, like I low key like look the same. Like, and then our signing day pictures,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they are almost identical. And it just like it spooks me out because like I had no idea. Like neither of us had an idea, but like that's my
Yeah.
twin.
That's actually really funny. Spitting image, So
Mhm.
honestly, in a way, you're living parallel lives that you just have no
Mhm.
clue of each other. That's kind of cool. That's kind of pretty cool. With that being said, you know, we've discussed kind of your scoring ability or like your game. You said your first game ever playing varsity or the season opener, you got a 36-point triple double. For people at home, that's very tough. So as we kind of discussed, although you've been proven to be a relentless scorer, it wasn't always that way, right? What part of your game came the most natural to you?
I'd say my motor, just being able
Mm,
to just be wherever I need to be on the court, like always having that high energy. I'd say that always came pretty easy to me. Like no one really had to ever tell me to pick it up or like hustle more. Like that's kind of just been like a part of me. Definitely the competitiveness. Like I genuinely hate losing.
yeah.
I was on a trip with one of my friends the other weekend,
Mm,
and her mom like was struggling putting a straw in like a cap, like in like a drink. And
uh,
I literally was like, I'm gonna get it before her. I'm gonna get it before her. I ended up spilling the whole water just because I was rushing, but then her dad was like, why does everything have to be like a competition? But that's just me. Like I'm competitive in literally anything. Like I'll race my mom to the car, like I'll race my brother to the car. Like I've just always been a really competitive kid.
Would you say honestly, because a lot of key, athletes, that's kind of one of their things, like MJ, Kobe, well, Kobe wasn't competitive all the time, but MJ and like there's several other athletes who are like that. Do you think that actually helps with your competitive edge, or do you think sometimes it could be kind of a gift and a curse where you're competing over nothing? You're like, oh my God, I can eat this pizza faster than you.
Um, I it can be a blessing and a curse, but to me, it's more of a blessing because honestly, it's what pushes me like all the time. Like, it's what obviously like working out has now become fun to me, but it's also like, hey, like Ryan, like someone's working out right now and you're not, like, period.
Gotcha.
And so I'm like, get in the gym. Like, I'm getting in the gym. I'm gonna go lift weights. I'm gonna go run. I'm gonna go shoot. I'm something. So that definitely is the competitive edge. Like, just because I literally never want to lose. Like, period.
Mm,
And but on the curse side, sometimes I definitely have gotten in trouble at home because I did something stupid because I was being competitive. But I would say on the flip side, it's definitely more of a blessing to me.
Absolutely. That's good. That's good. I mean, speaking of your competitive edge, because obviously, I think, offensively, it's definitely got to be a boost, right? Especially if you're a relentless scorer, consistent scorer. It just means like, you score 25, you don't want to stop. You want to just keep pouring it on, keep pouring it on. And speaking of that, this season, you actually scored 62 points in a game, which is, I mean, that's unreal within itself. So congratulations. You know, um, Although the game went in double OT, I want to know, that night, walk me through that night. What was it? Was it something special in the air that night? Was it a different mentality walking into the game? Because look, you gotta have a good scoring night, right? You're gonna, 25, 30. That's a very good scoring night. 62 is almost like you went into the game and was like, yeah, boys, we're about to get after it tonight, So was it a different type of mentality walking into the game? Was it just something in the air? Walk me through that.
So we had that was our second time playing that team. The
Mm,
first time we played them, I had 41 and we lost by 3. So I already kind of came into that game. I was like, no, like I gotta get my get back. And it was my senior night. And since my freshman year, I'd been telling myself, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna lose on my senior night. Like that's not happening.
no.
So it actually did end up happening, but like I tried my best. But I don't know, like I just took my first um actually I got my first shot of the game was an and one. So I was like, okay, let's
Uh,
go. We're turning up. Then
yeah.
like, my jumpers were falling and I honestly didn't even know like I had that many points until it was late in the fourth quarter.
Mm.
And I was like, because they have the Jumbotron up top, which shows the points, and then they have because obviously, like as athletes, we're not looking up at the Jumbotron. Like I'm
Wait,
not gonna look
in,
up.
in high school, they have a jumbotron. Like it's a
It's
jumbotron.
not like yeah, it's kind of a jumbotron, yeah, but they put like it's a brand new building, so they
Oh,
just built it
okay.
for like that. All the sports playing there, they have graduation there, not mine, but like they have like if you graduate in the middle of like the year, you can they have a bunch of stuff there, so that's they kind of needed it, and then they have on the court like on the like railing like
Mhm.
underneath the stairs they have mini like scoreboards.
Gotcha.
So that's what I was looking at the whole game. But I guess I was like, hey, like let me just check, let me see like everyone's fouls so I can see who to go out on the other team.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I look up and I see like I think I see like four like in the high 40s. I was like, is that next to my name?
Yeah.
I was like, I knew I was scoring, but I didn't think I had that much. And then in the overtimes, like I was just like, we gotta go. Like I don't want to lose.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
yeah. But even though we didn't end up losing,
I mean, hey, listen, 62 on the way out, 62 on the way out the door. I mean, we can live with it. That is tough though. It is, the other team must have been crazy talented if, you put 62 on them. And
well,
it was,
yeah, it was just a high scoring game. Like it was
yeah,
90 something and nine. No, I think it was 90 to 93. And for a high school girls game,
yeah, that's crazy.
that's a really high scoring game. I think they had like four players that had 20 points.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
was they were they were a well spread team, as well as like with the minute left in the first overtime, one of our players actually went down. Like
Mhm.
she started seizing, like she genuinely almost
She
like
literally, oh,
she
she got,
almost lost her life. Yeah, the first one of the in the beginning of the game, I was going for a handoff and my defender like ran into her elbow like to her like temple and she kept playing because like we were like, oh, like everyone gets hit. Like no
yeah.
one knew it was gonna be that bad. And then she went for a charge and she hit her head again. And that's when it just like and it,
Oh,
it was like definitely top 10 scariest moments of my life. Like we played at I think that game was at 7. We
yeah.
didn't end till like
Okay.
10.
Yeah, I was about to say like
It
10.
was like crazy. I felt so bad because there was a game after ours too. Like they didn't start playing till 10. And yeah, so that's honestly like by the time we came back into the overtime, no one even wanted to play anymore because we were like all just so worried about her. And we're like, oh, like what the heck just happened? Like that doesn't happen at high school basketball games. Like that doesn't happen anywhere, period. But a high school girls basketball game, like that definitely doesn't happen. So it definitely like spooked all of us. And I want to say like that was definitely a big reason we lost. Like we were playing for her, but at the same time, everyone wanted the game to be over because we wanted to go to the hospital and check on her.
Of course, yeah, yeah, yeah. The whole mentality going into that OT probably changes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I hope everything did work itself out, and I hope she.
Yeah, she's good now. It was just a really bad concussion and then she hit her head again. So
That sucks. I'm so sorry. With that being said, I'm gonna transition to something a little nicer. Ironically, a lot of people like we're talking about the 62, and we're talking, you just being a relentless scorer and how you can, compliment some of the USC girls and etc. But a lot of people don't know you actually almost quit. You almost stopped playing basketball, and if so, if that's true. I want to know why for the people at home. Like, why? Can you imagine now? Like, almost stop playing and like, I don't know, what would you be doing now? So, if you were going to quit basketball, why?
um honestly like I just didn't really know what sport I wanted to play.
Okay.
And so that was definitely a big part of it. But my other mom played volleyball. So I loved volleyball. Like to this day I love volleyball. And obviously like it's volleyball, then basketball. You can't really play both because the seasons overlap. And so I would say that's a big part of it. But
Mhm.
I don't know. I think the main reason why like I didn't quit is just because I, I was too competitive and I'm just like I'm not a quitter.
Yeah,
Like my mom always was like, Ryan, if you commit to something, you're not gonna quit. Maybe take the whole season and then you can quit after, but you're not gonna quit. So I would say that's like definitely a main reason why I'm still playing basketball to this day.
absolutely, absolutely. I read somewhere actually. I don't know if you correct me if this is wrong. I read somewhere that actually when you were younger, you had, I guess, like a specific type of basketball sneaker. And some people often like either made fun of you or whatever the case is, and it kind of redirected you in a way to to
Mhm.
shift focus or to make you kind of step away from the game, which ultimately, thank God he didn't, which ultimately led to your foundation forward, correct?
Okay, so that was my best friend actually growing up. And yeah, same thing. She went to her first workout and she just didn't have the correct like attire.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they were making fun of her, and she came home and she was like, I don't think I want to do this anymore.
Ah,
This is a still great player in the country, ranked higher than me. So she's insane. And not even the fact that she's an amazing basketball player, it's the fact that I met her through basketball. And this is like my sister, gonna be one of my best friends forever. If I get married, she's gonna be a bridesmaid of mine. Like
nice.
we were so close. And I like when she told me that, I was like I almost didn't meet you. You almost weren't able to go to any college you wanted to. And that's why me and my mom did more research on it because it hit us because we were like, that should never be a reason someone stops playing or quits the game that they love. Like, like no. And so we did some research, and in San Antonio alone, over 85% of Title I middle school girls, like, they did not have the correct shoes to play the game. So
Wow.
they're coming in Converse. If they have basketball shoes, they got it from like Goodwill or something like that, or because there was a deal and the whole family chipped in.
Mhm.
And that really just hit me because, like I said, like that shouldn't be like a reason. And plus, like we already don't have enough women playing basketball. Obviously, the game's growing and that's beautiful. Like I love that, but we need more girls playing basketball. And so I was like, hey, like if I can impact one person to keep playing the game of basketball, I won. If I can impact more girls to pass it forward and to give back to their community when they grow up, I've won. Like it only takes one, and that's all we're trying to reach. So yeah, that's why we kind of started forward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. That's and for people at home, the forward, that's your charity and you guys represent
Hmm.
literally everything you just said, giving other people a second chance or just keeping women playing basketball, empowering women to play ball. So that's actually really cool. That's really admirable
Thank you.
and that's super dope. And then I kind of want to get into because when you're really good at what you do, you also have to do certain things that other people don't, right? Because if you're doing everything that everyone else is doing, it's going to be hard to kind of separate yourself. One
Hmm.
of the videos I saw, you actually incorporate boxing into your workout regimen, which is kind of cool, right? I think that's really cool. If you don't mind me asking, and for the people at home, what benefits have you seen from boxing, and how does that correlate to sometimes on the court?
Well, boxing itself is a great workout. Like
Hmm.
you got to use everything to be able to box. But definitely, I'd say my defense got a lot better just because hand-eye coordination got better. I was able to time the ball better. I was able to honestly move better just because of the shape that boxing has put me in.
Of course,
And definitely the biggest part is definitely my physicality. My physicality has like changed so much and it's gotten so much better ever since I went to boxing. Because when I was like freshman, well, I didn't I kind of like was like, what move can I do to get away from their body?
yeah,
But like this year and even last year, I was like, let me create a space. If I don't want someone all up over me, I know they don't want someone all up on them. So I definitely like after I started going boxing, like I definitely got more physical and that definitely helped my game a lot.
absolutely, absolutely. That physicality, bringing that physicality to your game. Do you think that allows you, well, one, not only to be aggressive on offense, but does that allow you to take more punch or not punches because you're not boxing, but does that allow you to take more, I guess, physical abuse, I guess, when you're on the offensive end, you're getting fouled. I'm assuming you're at the top of people's scouting reports. So they're gonna try and get at you, right? Like you're getting pressed 94, everything of that nature. Does that kind of help your mentality going into it as like, all right, I'm gonna get bumped, I'm gonna do stuff and I'm gonna just make sure I finish and all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely finishing through contact helped a lot, but also being able to not get knocked down is easier.
Gotcha.
Like my junior year, I would literally come out with like 30 bruises just because like I'd allow my body to just hit the floor.
Yeah.
And like I was able to like build like my balance and stuff like that and finish to where I am still getting fouled,
Mhm.
but one, I'm finishing through it, and two, I'm on my feet because no
Nice.
one wants to, no one wants to be on the
Yeah.
floor all the time.
Yeah. You don't want to keep picking yourself up off the
It's
ground.
like like anyone versus the floor is gonna win 99.9% of those battles.
Absolutely. Absolutely. With your high school career ending slightly, right? I mean, within a couple weeks, and then you're gearing up to start your collegiate career. You know,
Hmm.
being fortunate enough to collect several accolades in your high school career, what are some of the things you want to accomplish throughout your collegiate career? And just overall, what are some of the feats you're excited about even trying to approach or, trying to gain success from? Of
Well, definitely, I want to go win a national championship.
course,
That's definitely the top of the list.
of course.
I mean, like I said earlier, I just want to be able to elevate my game as much as I can. I want to leave college a better player, person, and student that I was when I came in there. And I want to say that comes with being able to play whatever role I'm given. And I'm honestly going to do whatever I can to help my team win. Because in the end, if we win a national championship, we're all winners. And that's honestly what I want to do. And I want to be able to contribute to my team literally however way they want me to because I want to win.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's so cool. Um, a little fun question here. I do want to ask you, does your pregame rituals slightly change with you going to USC? You're in a new area, you're in a new space. I don't, some people you might take something from someone else. So what are your current pregame rituals and do you think it changes drastically as you gear up for USC and moving forward?
Hmm. Well, I mean, obviously, I try to pray before every game.
Of course.
But definitely listen to Drake. Anything Drake. He's my favorite artist. I love Drake.
Had a
So
girl.
anything by him. What else? I always try to say hi to my family before the game
Of
because
course.
they make the time to come out there. So during warm-ups, I'll wave to them. Um, it honestly changes sometimes, but that's I would say that's the three that are very like I'm stickler about those. Like I have to do that. Um, with USC, I'm still gonna listen to Drake. That's still gonna be a must. I'm still going to pray. But waving to my family, if they can make it to the games, obviously I'm gonna wave to them. I might have to go find a camera and wave to that, but
Absolutely.
I'll always keep my family in mind.
No, that's dope. That's dope. I mean, unfortunately, fortunately, I'm a big Jersey fan as well. This summer coming up, it might be a little tough with the whole Kendrick thing going on, but
Oh my gosh, he won. I don't care. No one can ever convince me that he lost. Like I'm telling you, I've been debating over him. Like I will always hold it down for Drake. In my eyes, he did not lose. Cause
hey, listen, I don't disagree, but there's a lot of people out there that do disagree with us. So, with that being said, I do want to ask you, because look, you even mentioned it, like you watch a lot of film, you go, we're working on preparing for the game, right?
Mhm.
Has there ever been any specifically to you, any WNBA or NBA players you model into your current game, or have you tried to emulate in your career ever? Of
I mean, obviously there's amazing women out there. There's amazing players out there.
course.
But I would just want to be like the best Ryan that I can be.
Nice.
And and I take obviously I see like a good move in the game. I'm like, hey, that was tough. Like I need to go practice that. But I
Uh,
would say the way that I use these athletes is for definitely inspiration. I can do this. This is she's living out my dream right now. I can do it. Like she's in the gym right now. I'm gonna go in the gym. Like this is what they did to get there, and I'm gonna do that if not two times better.
Gotcha. Gotcha. That makes sense. That makes sense. So instead of necessarily taking individual aspects of their specific game, you kind of utilize, okay, you worked out this much, and you emulate more so their work ethic,
Mhm.
and I guess it motivates you. You try to use them as motivation. That's actually really cool. That's really cool. I never heard an answer like that. And it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. Well, let me ask you this, because when I asked you about some of your accolades when you get to your collegiate career, you said better player, better student, and better person, right? Outside of just individuals, on the court, because you can admire people on the court. I want to ask you, do you admire someone specifically off the court and what they do and how they just impact the game off the court?
Honestly, obviously, if you're a female athlete in basketball right now, how can you not admire Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
both of them have just brought so much to the game. Like, you can't admire them whether you hate on them or not. They're like you're watching. like period.
Absolutely.
So I mean, you can't. I like definitely admire what they've done for the game. I admire who they are as people. So those are definitely my top two. But as I also admire my moms. They like just being around them and like they're who I want to be when I grow up. They're like definitely like who I admire. So yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You honestly you just spoke about Reese and Caitlin Clark a bit. You know, this is a sidebar, but I just want to get your opinion on it. You know, prior to the season, they've been trying to do expansion. They've been trying to do the charter flights, and finally, we got a Toronto and we got a Golden State team. So that Golden State is right there, and Cali is right there next to you. You know, at least where you'll be. Are you excited about that, or like, you know, what their impact on the game specifically? What has that meant for you? And just like, are you excited about the growth and how it just keeps growing over time?
I definitely am super excited. Like as a young woman in sports, whether it's basketball or any other sport, I love seeing that women's basketball is getting so much more attention now, and I feel like it's definitely deserved. And with the expansion and stuff like that's huge. The charters, that's huge, and I'm just so excited for what's gonna come in the future because I know like we're not even at our peak yet. Like I know we're on the rise, and just the fact that we like the game and the women who are in the game have impacted it so much, and we're not even like near our peak yet is insane to me, and I think it's beautiful to see. So, yeah, I'm super excited. I'm definitely a little more excited about the Toronto team though, because that means Drake's gonna get involved with women's basketball. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, no. They got pictures of him already. Him and Kyle Lowry, they're sitting up there, like they're making, I guess, the uniforms and stuff. So it's exciting, man. It's an exciting time for women basketball in general. You know. With that being said, you know, are there, you know, because look, life is ebbs and flows. You know, sometimes things are really good, sometimes things are really bad. You know, and sometimes there's just a really nice middle spot. You know, are there any sayings? You know, because for you, even Ryan, me, myself, everyone has to go through tough times, and that just is what it is. You know, are there any sayings or quotes you specifically like to remind yourself when you're going through tough times to help you kind of persevere?
Well, I mean, I always try to stay positive. Like obviously, like
Of course.
if I'm my number one hater, how can I even be myself? Like
Yeah.
obviously I'm very critical of myself. Like I'm the one who's gonna critique myself the most. My mom might argue with that, but trust me, I definitely critique myself the most. Like I'm my number one critique, but it's like criticism that will help me get better. It's not just like, oh, like you suck, blah, 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 blah. I can't be my number one hater. That's I always try to tell myself that. But when I'm going through flow or downs, especially in the game,
Mhm.
honestly, I just tell myself to just shoot because the like I can get in my head a little bit, and obviously like I worked on getting better at that, and it doesn't happen as much. But when I am, I just tell myself just shoot
Mm,
because at the end of the day, I'm not getting frustrated with myself because I know the thousands and thousands of shots I've put up before the game.
uh,
I know I'm prepared. So that's why like I'm not like, hey, like it's not like I'm on a test and I'm like, oh my God, like I have no idea what to do. I'm just like, I just need to think and I just need to shoot. So if I'm in a game like that, I'm just telling myself, just shoot.
love it. Shoot a shoot. Shoot a shoot, right? Now, you know, with that being said, you know, in conclusion, you know, I want to know, is there any advice you'd like to leave for any younger girls, boys, or just anyone at all that maybe resonate or just that are following your journey to look up to? Is there anything you'd like to leave them with personally?
Um, Little cliche, but I mean, obviously, like it's like you gotta work hard. Like that's definitely like the biggest thing. Always believe in yourself. I don't like personally, I don't believe in anyone can take your confidence
Yeah,
if you have it in you. No one can give you confidence and no one can take it. Always believe in yourself just because I don't even know like you just have to believe in yourself. If you don't have the confidence, like no one can give it to you. And just believe in who you are and don't try to the best thing that I learned is that I shouldn't try to be anyone else. I can if I try to be you, you're the best version of you that you are. but I can be the best version of me that I am. So I would say always be yourself because you are the best version of yourself that you can be. If I'm going and chasing trying to be someone else, I'm not going to be as good as being them as they can. No one can be you as good as you are. So just always be yourself and always have confidence in yourself.
100%. That's a really good point. Trying to chase someone else or trying to chase something else,
Mhm.
it kind of sometimes sucks because you'll never catch it, right? Even though you could come close, you can imitate it just as much, but you'll never be it. So,
Mhm.
sometimes you're better off, like you said, being yourself, trust yourself. That's wonderful advice. And, for the people at home, it clearly is working for you, Ryan. And, we're really excited. And most importantly, thank you for coming on. We know you're busy. We know you have a ton of things to do. So just to sit down with us again, we're super appreciative. We wish you a healthy season moving forward, a healthy off season. And, this isn't the last time you'll hear from us. We'll be right here following your journey and everything. So just, again, thank you again, R4, Ryan, whatever you like to go by. And, just know here, she got game. We got partners forever. And we wish you all the best, man.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for taking the time to sit down with me. I know, like, y'all obviously have lives yourselves, and y'all have a lot going on, so I'm really appreciative for y'all. So thank y'all so much.
Of course.